This is probably a bit more challenging. Let me see. There's various ways of doing this. Because right now these two don't have a name, correct? Like we actually don't have a name. Out of the 4, this is nothing for us, right? So we got to work with it a little bit. Let me grab another color here. My strategy here is to somehow come up with an expression for this angle, because these two are corresponding. You remember that, right? The names. So like these two are corresponding, right? Corresponding angles are congruent. I know that fact, right? So I kind of scan it. Hey, I think I have something going on here. And this angle right here, you ready for this? It's 180 minus this expression. Would that make sense? Because they're supplementary, right? So 180 minus 3x plus 4. Oh, yikes. Kind of miscalculated how much room I would need. Now, these two I know are equal to each other, right? So I can say that 5x plus 40, right, that expression is equal to this other orange angle, which it looks weird, but it is all connected, right? It's still accurate to say that. So this expression here I got from here using supplementary. I'm using a different color just to show, right, like I had to do some work to come up with another angle here. Okay, is it asking? It's asking to solve for x, then justify, and then find ABC. Okay, so this is gonna probably take up more room. This side I can get rid of the brackets, right? It's just like that, and you have 180. And watch this. This is IPR review. Okay, this is always a struggle, right? This is a -1 in front of a bracket. You need to distribute that. So it's -3x, -4, right? So it's almost like you have a -1 multiplying that out. You're basically just changing the sign of everything inside that bracket. Okay? If you did this differently, don't erase. It's probably right. Like if you stayed mathematically consistent, it is probably right. So 5x, oh, sorry. I'm gonna show you that the 5x is already on the left side. This 3x with its sign, when it comes over, it changes to positive 3x, all right? And I'm gonna bring all the numbers over to the other side. So there's 180 already there. -4 is already on the right side, so I'll just first write those down. And then this, I'm going to underline this in a wavy line here. The 40 comes over to this side, subtracting, like that. So you end up with 8x is equal to 180 minus 40 would be 140 minus 4 is 136. And then I divide everything by 8. Okay, so x is equal to, what are we at there? 17? It's Monday morning. I should double check that. It's, yeah, 17. Okay, good. So you solve for x there. And now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm not too picky as long as the notation is correct. Would you agree that a is equal to this? Right? They're vertically opposite. So I will now figure out a, b, and c now that I have x. So I will say a is equal to 3x plus 4, right? Because they're vertically opposite angles. And this is where practice is you're gonna be faster. If you practice this, you're gonna know the names, you're gonna know how to justify, no big deal, right? I like highlighting, especially in this unit. Okay, you're making that observation, and vertically opposite angles, there they are. That's how I came up with it. Some of you might have just wanted to take right here, right next to under this, just plug in 17 here and go, right? Just plug in 17 right here and solve for that angle, and then write the number down close to it. That's fine with me, as long as you show me how you introduce that. So this would be 3 times 17 plus 4. That would be 21, 51, right? Plus 4. That's 55 degrees. So A is done. Okay, A is done. So I'm going to box that in because that should stay together. Okay. So questions may look a little different than the examples I gave you, but you can work with it, come up with expressions that are true, and then continue there, right? Next, I'm going to solve for B here. Angle B is equal to angle A. Would you agree with that statement? These two are the same because they're alternate interior, right? So because alternate interior angles are congruent. Sorry, if you watched my video, you probably have a different way of solving that, and that's I kind of like that you see another version, right? Because it's not always the same. So if I did it differently, I apologize. Don't erase your notes because it's right. You did it right. So angle B is going to be 55 degrees. Done. So that's solved. So the further down you go, the easier it gets, right? And then angle C is equal to angle B, right? These two are also equal to each other. But could you also say that C is equal to A, right? You could use vertically opposite here, or you could say that these two are corresponding. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use vertically opposite. So angle C is also equal to 55 degrees. And there you have it. Delete this one. This one goes later. Yeah, I'm looking at the notes that I gave you. But I still get the same answers. But I seem to have plugged in 17 in here, right? So how about we add that to our notes? If you plug in 17 here, 5 times 17 plus 40 is equal to 125, right? So that angle right there, the orange one, is 125. So you could have approached it from that way, right? 125 minus 180, or 180 minus 125 gives you 55 for B, which is what we got, right? 55. And then these are alternate interior, which makes this 55. C is corresponding, makes it 55. So you get the same answer that way. Okay. Not too bad, eh? On a Monday morning. In 2 weeks, we change time. You know that, right? Not the Sunday after. You're gonna lose an hour of sleep. So, getting you ready for that. Anything else? Anybody? Any other question? Chanel, was that good? Nobody? All right. How about this one? This one was okay. I'm just going to point out, right? These are, right, you should see this big triangle here. And so when you have a bunch of variables, you need to somehow find a property that connects them and then solve for the variable. In this case, it's x, right? Then you go back and plug into any angle you want and see how there's like these variables are different, right? You see that these three angles are connected by that same variable, so you work with them first. Okay, you figure out that variable, come back and replace it. Then you try to find A, B, C, D, whatever else is there, right? And you can justify these are vertically opposite. This one corresponds to that one. Come over to this side. These are supplementary, you figure that one out. These are also corresponding, right? If you focus on this transversal here, these two are corresponding, right? So the puzzle kind of completes as you start solving for unknowns. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, just because I don't want you to forget about these. Okay, I don't want you to forget about these ones. So if I don't fill out all of them, I can come back, you know, a day, two from now when I introduce new stuff. It's like, hey, don't forget about these ones, right? So if you didn't do the homework, I would strongly suggest you still do it, right? Let me perhaps ask you to try. Let's try one of the three-letter notation, because those throw us off on page 10. Those throw a lot of students off. I don't want you to be in that scenario, in that boat, right? So I'm thinking either question 3 or 4. Question 3 or 4, which one would you want? Question 3? I have 3 and 4. I need a tiebreaker. 3? Okay. 4. I need 4, 4, 3, 3. 3. Okay, 3 wins. Sorry, guys. I'll come back to 4 if I have to, but I will. And okay, I'm going to say this for sure. If you did the homework and you're like, I need this clarified, come and see me. I will make sure that happens. All right. If you did the homework like you won me over already, I will take the time to make sure you understand. So sorry, but 4-1 today. So for this example, but I won't forget about 3. Okay. Let's go and figure this out. KLM. This is what you either do highlighters or I allow you to use variables of your choice. So where is KLM? So you got to go KLM, right? KLM. So the middle letter is where it's at. Okay. So it's this one right here. Let's call this A. And you go over here and call that A. Makes it a lot easier to do so. LKM, right? So LKM, it's actually this one right here. I'm going to call that B. I don't know if I did that on the video. If I didn't, this is what I would suggest you do. MKO. MKO. That's C for me. For today. Okay, just now. If you watched the video and you understood what was happening, you go for it. MOK. I'm okay. Hey, that's a good one. I'm okay. There we go. D. OMK. OMK. That's this one right here. And what are we at? E. So there we go. E. I think it's easy to add if you did the notes. Some of you are never going to watch my videos again. It's like you mess me up, right? I go back and then when you go over it, it's different. I'm notorious for that. But I think I like that everything is connected and it's different way of approaching it. Okay, so let's go. Which one do you want to start with? I like to focus on the numbers that are given and figure out the angles close to it. If there's one touching it, easiest one to start with. So this is my start. And I know this is 55. And I know that the vertically opposite angles are congruent. Okay, done. B, where is B? Is right there. That one might be a little bit more challenging. I'm going to park that. Okay, but if you have a pen or something, you can say, hey, I know this is 55 here. And now I'm seeing that B is actually not that difficult. What do you see here? Do you see a triangle? Those are your friend, okay? So B is actually 180 minus angle A minus 77. Notice how I do that. So I tell myself that's how I got it. 180 minus 55 minus 77. I'm going to go here, and that is 48 degrees. And I will just say that I used sum of triangles equal to 180. That's the justification. This is the work. Some of them need both. Okay, so this is 48 degrees. Done. I go over here, fill that in. So the puzzle is coming together. C, this one you got to pay attention to what I'm doing here. If you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. This angle right here, this one, if you focus on this transversal, is alternate interior to this whole thing here. Would you agree with that? Not just C, 74 is alternate interior to these two combined. So watch what I'm going to do here. This is my second go at, this is my third go at it. I'm going to say that 74 minus the 48 degree angle here will give me angle C. Does that make sense? I need you to understand what's happening, right? Because if these are parallel lines and this is that transversal that connects them, so this is alternate interior to the whole thing. So technically this whole thing here is 74. I need to take away the 48 to get this sliver here. Okay, so angle C is 30 from the looks of it. No, I made a mistake. Oh no, I did write down 74. Okay, I thought I wrote down 78. So that is 26 degrees when you subtract that. And I'm just going to say alternate interior angles are congruent. And I think I did this in the video, but I'm just going to highlight this one here and actually go out of this box and just kind of tell you where I got that from. That 48 comes from here. I'm taking that away from 74. Question 4. D. Oh, these are supplementary, right? They're right next to each other. No problem. That is 106 degrees. Okay, 106 degrees. So that's straight angle. Straight angle is equal to 180. So 106. Don't forget to fill this in. I forgot this here. OMK, that's E. You can use a sum of a triangle again. So let's go ahead and just figure out. So I'm going to take away C. I'm going to take away D from it. So 180 minus C, which is 26, minus D, which is 106. And that's 48 degrees. This is what I used for my justification, right? Could I have used a different name for it? Moses, what could I, do you mind? Okay. Alternate interior, do you see that? Like if that's why some students like to actually fill this in here. They'll say this is 48 now, right? And you see, oh, right, this parallel line with this parallel line was connected by this transversal. These are alternate interior, right? So just be careful. Some students would say the 77 goes in there. Nope, because this transversal is not connecting two parallel lines, right? The parallel lines are here. So you got to kind of, sometimes you can double check. If you do the sum of triangle and alternate interior, you're like, okay, that makes sense, right? It's connected, but not, just be careful what conclusions you make. All right, so three-letter notation turns into one letter for us, and then it's so much easier to solve. You're not constantly figuring out which one is which, right? So use highlighters, use some tricks of the trade, right, to figure out the rest. Okay, I feel like number 3 would be good, but I'm gonna pause here because the AC that I'm gonna give you it's probably not it should be very doable if you've done some work at home. Okay, it should be doable. So just your notes, just close it. Just have the pink facing up, and I want to know how much stayed after what we've done so far. It'll be part of my lesson there. Okay, so true or false. That's all you're supposed to do here. Corresponding angles are always congruent, and that's false. They're not always congruent, only if lines are parallel. So -1. Consecutive interior angles are complementary. That's false because complementary is 90. It's not even in the ballpark. It should have been supplementary, but even so, they're not always supplementary. Vertically opposite angles are always congruent. Yes, that's true no matter what. Sum of interior angles in a triangle are always supplementary. Yes, they always add up to 180. Two lines are parallel. If two lines are parallel, then alternate exterior angles are always congruent, and that is also true. Because of that if in front, if consecutive interior angles are congruent, then two lines that, what's happened there? Then the two lines that line between are parallel. And that is false because consecutive interior angles should be supplementary, not congruent. So this makes that statement false, right? Question 2, consider the diagram to the right. Use the name, and I'll just look at my key here. A and B, so A, B are supplementary. Straight angle, straight angle, straight angle. If you put down supplementary, I think I would be okay with that. Straight angles, I should say. A and G are alternate interior. Alternate interior angles, that's what they are called. DH are consecutive interior. CD, where's CD? Right here, vertically opposite angles. CE, C and E are corresponding. GF, where's G and F? Oh yeah, G and F, they're alternate exterior. A and F are corresponding. So when it's A and F, you almost ignore this one in between, right? Just look at the two, the corresponding. So 1 mark each, actually. Look at that. Easy marks if you knew what you were doing. And so hopefully that was the case for you. So I just go -1 for every one you got wrong there. Solve for x. Solve for x. These two have a name, so we know they're alternate interior. And so this is what it ends up looking like, your initial setup. If this is not the case, you go -1, right? If you did anything else to set it up, that's -1. I'm bringing the x's over to this side and the values, the constants over to the other side. You end up with -27x is equal to -81. Divide both sides by -27, and that is 3. You get a mark for that. Okay. And now we figure out A and B. Okay. So angle A, this one is actually equal to 36x minus 9. So A is 36 times 3 minus 9. A is 99. Also a mark. And B is alternate exterior. B is also 99. And I'll just say alternate exterior to angle A, right? Like if you want to kind of trace it back, this one is alternate exterior to that one. And notice the parallel line symbols were there, so you can assume all these things are true. Hold it. This would be one. This would be one. I actually just would like this to be half, but I'll give it 1. So we'll make this 3. This makes it easier. So that is 3. So we've got 6 and 7, that's 13, and 3, that's 16 for this page. So I don't know if you want to get the subtotal already going for this page, but it would be out of 16. So if you have minuses, take the minuses off, and then you get your total there. Backside, let's see how you did there. These are mystery angle questions, okay? So you're going to see some worksheets. They're called mystery angles, right? So how you start is important. What does it say? Show and state the property used, indicate the order in which you answer the question. That'd be very much appreciated. I will start with C. To me, that's the easiest one. These are touching. So this would be 110. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Done. That would be a 1 marker for the correct number and the correct justification. Half and half. Got it? What next? I will do D next. They're touching. So 180 minus 137, that's 43. So I'll put 43 degrees in here. Make sure you have a degree symbol. Take off 1/2 mark for it missing. If it happens more than once, that's okay. Just half mark deduction for this whole question. This would be straight angle. Straight angle is equal to 180. That's the property I've used. B, oh yeah, I see that one. These are not touching, but parallel, transversal, connecting them, they are corresponding. So B is 137, corresponding. Okay, and then A is right here. You could use alternate interior, right? Because this one, if you follow along this transversal, is alternate interior, or you could do sum of triangle, whatever floats your boat, right? There you go. Alternate interior angles are, or sum of triangle, right? It's up to you how you did that. This is my third, and this is my fourth. So totally fine to start elsewhere and find your way to the rest. Okay. All right. So you should be good at those ones, and they get trickier. So be careful. For each of the following, indicate whether or not lines are parallel. So you're going to show me that that is true. Sometimes it's a slam dunk, guys. This and this, we call them corresponding. So we have a name, corresponding angles are congruent. Therefore, lines are parallel. Okay. Usually I call them something. Alternate exterior angles are not congruent. Therefore not parallel. So these are called one step. It's just right there. You just don't have to do any work. You can just clearly see they have a name, and you tell me whether or not lines are parallel. This one this one requires a bit more work. So this one will be worth 2 marks. Okay, so first you need to figure out A. Angle A is 180 minus 59 minus 64. and that gives you 57 degrees. Okay, so now you know that this is 57, and I would expect you say how you found it. If you're not sure, just do it. Okay, that's how I found that, and this is always true. It doesn't matter if lines are parallel or not. And now you have a name for them, right? Corresponding angles are congruent, therefore lines are parallel. So I used a property vertically opposite. Sum of triangles, sum of quadrilaterals is 360. Those can always be used. And now you're saying corresponding angles are congruent, lines are parallel. Done. Okay. So this one was worth 2 marks because you had to do work. Why is it 5 though? I think I know why. This one is worth 1.5. This one is also worth 1.5. So if you just name something, but you do not tell me whether or not lines are parallel, that'll be a half mark deduction if you don't have that line clearly stating whether or not lines are parallel. Okay. So you would get 1 mark for saying, hey, this is true or something is not true, and then half a mark for making your final conclusion there. So this page is worth 9, right? 9 marks. So 9 and 16, was it? 25, right? 9 and 16 adds up to 25. And so not 24, but 25 total. And it is what it is today, guys. I have ACs that look similar to this, same format. Just read carefully, because sometimes you think it's the same question and it's not, right? So once you've got that, put your name and last name. Face it down so your mark is not seen, and then just pass it forward. Page 10. Okay, just to be sure here. Page 10. Let's do the letter thing, okay? Angle DBC, where is it? D, B, and C, right? So D, B, and C, let's call that A. Okay. CAD, 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 so that one, I would call that B right there. AED, AED, so it's the one at in the center here, this, which we call C. And DEC, DEC is angle D for us, lowercase d. So when we go inside between the angles, we can use lowercase. Okay. How do you want to start here? I'm going to look at my numbers. Right? There's a number here. There's a number here. Is there perhaps a way to connect to others? And let me look at my highlighters here. So, right, these two lines are parallel. Okay. So we're going to now focus on this transversal right here. This transversal connects, and notice that the two parallel lines are right here. So this one right here would be alternate interior to this one right here. You see that? I hope you do. So this is 39 degrees. And all I have to say is alternate interior angles are congruent. And next, I'm going to also go with this one here is also alternate interior to that one. And if I said you can only use things once, don't focus on it too much, but I would like you to just expand your reasoning, right? So let's see here. This one, is alternate interior to this one here. Okay. Let's go all out here. This one and this one is here. Okay. And so the 43 travels. I can use the same reasoning. Okay, and then angle C, so this is where filling in your angles as you find them is actually a good idea. I have a triangle happening here. So angle C, I'm going to do that next. So I started here, I went with that one, and I'm actually going in order here. I'm just going to go 180 minus 39 minus 43. And you can actually score partial marks, guys. If you make a mistake on a previous question, if you show your work, for example, let's say you got 41 instead of 39 for whatever reason, and you show me that you're using that angle here, you wouldn't be losing marks here. That's why it's important to show me how you got that, because your reasoning is still consistent, right? So 98 degrees, and we use sum of triangle is equal to 180. Last one, D. So right here, I'm going to use straight angles. C and D are straight angles, right? So I'm going to go 180 minus angle C, which is 180 minus 98, which is 82 degrees. Straight angles are equal to 180. So this is 82 degrees there. Voila, it's all done. Okay. So actually, they can be fun if you get quite comfortable with. Oh yeah, I see the connections, right? And you travel along. What you could not have done, maybe let me tell you what a common error could have been. Somebody sees this angle here, and it's like, hey, that one is alternate interior to this one. And the answer is yes, they are alternate interior, but they're not congruent because, you know, the line, it has to touch the parallel lines. In this case, these two are not, we're not told they're parallel. You can look at it visually and tell that they're not, and there's also no marking, so you can't say that these two are congruent, okay? So you got to watch out for that. Your homework. Maybe, I don't know if you tried 12, page 12. That one is a good one. If you want more, so at the bottom of 12, I'll write this down. More, and I'll post the key to this. I don't have a video for this one. Page 6 to 7 in the workbook. Okay, these are short ones. They're organized. It's very good practice. I will post a key to that. I will not have a video for these, but if you want more, there it is. And remember, 9 to 12, it's all on videos. Just go to Friday's entry and you'll be okay. And tomorrow we're starting polygons, so we need to start polygons, and nothing goes away though. Everything we're learning is connected. Okay? Have a good one, guys.